grandes lazos con México y yo tengo un gran respeto y cariño por nuestros vecinos. Feliz 5 de mayo para todos.
Hopeful Jeb Bush earlier this month emphasizing his ties to the Hispanic community, offering that little announcement from Right to Rise PAC in Spanish, part of Hispanic outreach by Republicans hoping to win back the White House in 2016. As Newsmax Prime continues, we should understand that people wonder what is the best way to solve the growing illegal immigration problem and also ensure that people of all ethnic groups can get involved in the political process. American Principles in Action says it has a plan to deal with the problem. The organization unveiled a 5-part proposal urging Republicans to pursue it immediately. Joining us now to talk about the plan, Alfonso Aguilar, the executive director for Latino Partnership at American Principles in Action. He is at Newsmax Washington. And also with us, former INS officer Michael Cutler. Gentlemen, to you both, big word of thanks for being with us on Newsmax Prime. Alfonso, we only have about 4.5 minutes. You've got 5 big goals. What are they?
Well, look, we need a conservative plan. Republicans need to lead on this issue. So we first secure the border by extending double-layer fencing. Fencing works. We also enforce the law domestically by mandating E-Verify so that employers can ensure that those who they're hiring have legal status or are lawfully in the country. And thirdly, we create an exit registry so we can identify those people who overstay their visa. 40% of those who are here illegally have overstayed their visa. So once we do that, and after President Obama leaves office, because we can't work with this president, he's not trustworthy. So after he leaves office and after those 3 things are done, and so no earlier than January 2017, we would proceed with creating a market-based guest worker program that allows U.S. companies that cannot find American workers to bring the workers from abroad that they may need, and we would proceed with a legalization program. But it would be a path to legal status, no special path to citizenship for undocumented immigrants, only if they pay a fine and they have no criminal record. But again, the first step would be securing the border, enforcing the law. We would pass a series of bills.
Right, I hear you. Now let's get Michael in on this to talk about the broad objectives. Your response, Michael Cutler.
Sure. Well, you know, I wrote an article, in fact, for Front Page Magazine. I called it Border Security, the Immigration Colander. We don't just have 4 border states. We have 50 border states. And to that point, Alfonso, you're right. 40% are believed to be here illegally who violated their visa status. There's no provisions in your plan to hire the tens of thousands of agents we would need to make certain that those proposals have any value other than pieces of paper. Speed limits don't matter if you don't have cops out there with summons books and radar detectors, number 1. Number 2. I saw in your literature that this is about the Latino voter or the Latino citizen, Latino Americans. And the point is that we are admitting more people from China legally than from Latin America. This shouldn't be about race, religion, ethnicity. I don't know why it keeps coming back to that. We have right now.
But look, we understand that we're a melting pot, or we should be, and Alfonso obviously has an interest given the proximity of Mexico. But to the points Michael is making, Alfonso, how would you respond?
No, I agree with him. First of all, our plan is a framework. It does provide some detail, but it's not supposed to address every single detail of immigration reform. So to his point about increasing manpower along the border, I agree with that wholeheartedly. In terms of immigration, you're absolutely right. This is not a plan specific to immigrants from Latin America.
Alfonso, I think there's something else Michael is looking for here, and it's a legitimate thing. Not only the border, but we're going to have in place an enforcement framework of government agents or someone to physically track the people, because thus far nobody's devoted resources to that.
JD,
let's let Alfonso respond, then Michael. Go ahead. Go ahead, Alfonso.
Alfonso, wait 1 second.
Registry.
You know,
right now, ICE has no clue who's overstaying their visa. By having an exit registry, they can identify the overstayers, detain them, and remove them from the country.
Okay, now, Michael, it's your turn. We got about a minute left. Make it quick.
All right, we've got to do what's consistent with the 9/11 Commission findings and recommendations. They just found the 9/11 Commission report and bin Laden's hideout, along with, believe it or not, an application for citizenship. There is no way to screen unknown millions of people who snuck into the country. They're here illegally. We admit more than 1 million lawful immigrants every year. Unemployment rates are off the chart. Forget the 5.4. There's 93 million unemployed Americans. Bringing in more workers than the number of jobs we're creating is catastrophic. And then you need to look at the remittances, the money being wired out of the United States by an ever-increasing number of foreign workers.
Well, I tell you what,
let's works for Americans.
I disagree with that. Immigration actually helps create more good-paying jobs for Americans. Immigrants actually complement the skills of American workers.
Gentlemen,
and help.
this is a lively topic. We are going to have to pick this up again because I think there is some agreement and obviously some points of contention. Alfonso Aguilar in Washington, Michael Cutler in New York. We thank you for your time. We'll have you back real soon. Newsmax Prime continues right after this.